Time now for my favourite part of the day, the international press review in the papers. My horoscope today says I should do yoga. Well, there you go. Maybe you're more flexible. Aurora's here with all the details. Tell us, you're starting with Hugo Chavez, is that right?
Yes, well, it's a victorious Monday for Hugo Chavez. You can see him glowing on the front page of El Diario de Caracas. The Venezuelan leader has won the sí vote in the referendum on lifting term limits with 54% of the votes, meaning he'll stay in power as long as he wins the elections. He needed this victory, according to the Spanish newspaper El País. All day Sunday, his supporters knocked on people's doors, banged on their doors to try and sway their vote in favour of Chavez. Well, the technique should have been used for voters in the United States, says El Universal. According to the newspaper, 97% of Venezuelans living in the States have voted no. It's almost as if the real opposition was in Florida rather than in Venezuela. You can feel the negative vibes across French newspapers. Le Figaro, for example. Take a look at this photo. Por la democracia, vota no. For democracy, vote no. The article says that the country's economy is tumbling. The country strongly relies on petrol, but petrol's prices have gone down, and so the article says that Chavez's politics are perhaps no good for the country's wealth.
That's indeed. He's funding the whole issue by the oil in Venezuela, isn't he? What's next, Aurora?
Next, it's the biggest fraud, well, thought to be the biggest fraud in US history, bigger than Madoff, who allegedly stole 50 billion euros. Well, according to The Independent, 125 billion dollars have gone missing or have been misused. Money that was meant for the reconstruction of Iraq after the war. Well, the article says that senior US officials are behind the fraud, and more particularly, specifically, controllers. These are the people that keep track of the cash. Well, in Baghdad, the article says that there are absolutely no signs of reconstruction in the city, apart from planting palm trees, apparently. So where has the money gone? Well, you can see here a picture of the guard, one of the guard that was employed by one of the American controllers. You can see here with a big stack
Is
of
it guarding
cash.
money?
$60 million he's guarding, yes.
That is phenomenal.
And clearly enjoying it.
Indeed, you see sitting down on the job there. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? Guadeloupe.
Yes, well, speaking of money, it looks like Guadeloupe says it could do with a little bit more. The newspaper Aujourd'hui en France has interviewed the French Minister to the Overseas, Yves Gigot, looking a bit troubled here in the Réunion de Crise crisis meeting. Around 50,000 Guadeloupeans have protested over the past 3 weeks. They are angry with the living costs in the French Caribbean island. They want more spending power. They want the state to increase their wages. But the French government, of course, has refused. And it's upon the unions and the businesses to negotiate salaries, says Yves Gigot. The government will be firm, he says.
OK. We're moving into a sports section now, which I'm very intrigued by.
Well, the sports section, firm and fit, it's Julien Lisereau in
Libération. Thank you. No.
Of course you are. He's the French favourite in Val d'Isère's World Ski Competition. In front of more than 3,000 fans, the 29-year-old pro raced the slalom, and he won the silver medal on the last day.
Fantastic stuff. The other thing that I could put out to you sports-wise, with front page of the Parisien, Sébastien Chabal, for it is he, said to be joining Racing Métro 9-2.
9-2,
if they get promoted to top 14, along with Lionel Nellet, who is the captain of the French 15, which Aurora told me about just a few moments ago. That's the International Press Review. You're watching France 24. Stay with us.
For all the day's financial news, join GDF Suez for Business Report.